Go. Go. Ghost. Okay.
So John dies at the end. Is super funny, and just like the most like the two like random college guys that just kind of get drunk and do nothing their whole lives become heroes just randomly because they took a drug.
I wouldn't say heroes. They just kind of run around trying to fix things and get the snot beat out of them.
And make them worse. But basically, just like random stuff happens. Like you read it and you don't really know what happens, so I bet you if you read it a second time, you would still be surprised.
Yeah, and the main character is David Wong, the author. This didn't actually happen to him, but I like to think it did. He is an anti-hero, but not like the I am so dark and brooding kind, the I am an utter loser kind. And he's got a dark, kind of complicated past that gets slowly but not quite revealed throughout the first book, then completely forgotten in the second book, and never mentioned again, just to explain why he's so screwed up, I guess. And he gets a girlfriend, which is cool, and she's just as screwed up. But the first one is kind of like an Invasion of the Body Snatchers type deal.
Yeah. And then the second one is like a zombie novel that's like in denial that it's a zombie novel.
Yeah, it tries very hard to not be a zombie novel. It's all the same characters, and it makes a lot of it's kind of critical of the zombie genre and the people who want the zombie apocalypse to happen. And at the same time, it's also full-on body horror, which is where, you know, the horror comes from weird mutations and mutilations that occur in other bodies.
Also, this is the sort of writer that the acknowledgements were funny. Like, I read the acknowledgements and I was like, this is actually worthwhile reading. Because he's like, oh yeah, I based John on my friend and he said I could use me as long as I ramped something every book. So John ramped something every book.
Oh yeah, and John is one of those guys who kind of knows what's going on and always has a plan, even though he has no clue what he's doing.
And his plans suck.
But they work, which is the crazy part.
Yeah, so you guys should read them. Like, even if you like read the back and you're like, oh, this sounds really lame, just like commit. And
yeah.
You'll have like the time of your life.